என்னோட பேர் ஃபுல் நேம் வந்து சித்திரை வள்ளி. ஓகே, கேட்குதா அனன்யா? கேட்குதா? ஓகே, கேட்கலன்னா நீங்கள் தான் எனக்கு சொல்லணும். ஓகே, ஐ எம் அ ப்ரொஃபஷ்னல் சோஷியல் ஒர்க்கர். நான் வந்து ஒரு மென்டல் ஹெல்த் ஃபீல்டில் இருக்கேன். ஸோ ஒரு 2017 நான் சோலோவாக ட்ராவல் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன். ஸோ ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணது எப்படின்னா லைக் நான் வந்து பிஎஸ்டபிள்யூ அண்ட் எம்எஸ்டபிள்யூ பண்ணேன். ஸோ ட்ராவல்ன்றது வந்து என்னோடய பார்ட் ஆஃப் த கரிக்குலமே இருக்கும். வாரத்தில் ஒரு நாள் நீங்கள் வந்து ரேண்டமாக போய் யார்கிட்டயாச்சும் பேசணும். லைக் சாரி. ஸோ ட்ராவல் இஸ் லைக் இட்ஸ் பார்ட் ஆஃப் மை curriculum itself. Like weekly once we supposed to go and interact with random people like carpenters, beggars, commercial sex workers. So you have to go places where nobody reach. So this is how the concept of travel actually came, but not like a travel, it's like a field work for us to do. Then I went to MPhil for my masters in social work, higher studies in Bangalore. So that's when I realized that okay, I'm missing traveling. All these days I've been considered that as a field work, but this is something that I'm really missing because it's a hospital setting. Even Sunday, if the call comes, you have to go and work. So there is no like, it's a very closed zone, but there is a lot to learn, but there is no exposure to outworld. That itself work like a very mini universe. So appoda then I'll decided that I have to take some time for myself. Then every Saturday itself I finish off all my clients, seeing clients, and that Sunday I keep it for me. That is like a me time for me. So appo I don't know how to start traveling per se. I didn't watch any YouTubes so I just discuss with people what is traveling, how do people do that. So my concept of traveling in the beginning was like just reaching one place to another place, just see and come back. So it's like an overnight journey. Then slowly I started connected to nature. Like okay, then the next time travel would be like just going somewhere and see the sunrise. Then from there it's developed like okay, let's go and look for some falls. Then that's how the concept of trek came into my life. Like I would like to say that there is one client whom I have seen played a very great impact for me. Like why do I wanted to trek? Even for this trek, my clients whom I have seen in neurology department played a very major role. Like they are the one showed me like how blessed I am to have this life with lots of abilities, and I'm not utilizing any of this. So that's when I realized that's when I started looking for trekking spots in Bangalore, and I started doing it. The first one was with some trekking group. After that I started everything on my own. Then I thought that as soon as I finished the job, I thought that I should do EBC. That's my way of honoring my clients, the patients whom I see in neurology. But I couldn't do that because of obviously lack of self-confidence and no fitness, and people were like giving so many myths, facts, which one to believe, not believe. It's totally a very confused phase, and I never been exposed to any north side or northeast any. So I thought that like take it slowly. Then that's how I joined here. Then I got gradually some ideas. That's how I met Subraj and Vaibhav 1.5 years before, saying that I'm going to EBC, give me all the products. Apparently I never did that. Then finally I could, after 1.5 years later, I could do it now. So this is my travel history. So from here, like the plan was like, even here now the plan was like April to May. That's what I decided, like go in the month of April or May, because that's a summer season. But here I work in a swimming layout, which the peak month for us. So my coach said that why don't you prepone it? So I happened to prepone it. So again, like partial preparations, and also like I was very confident this time because I already did enough research to do on my own. So that's how I started. So the day one was like I booked in Takkal. Since it's got preponed, I booked in Takkal, and it's got into waiting list, then it got later cancelled. So I waited for one more day, say okay, the next day I'll try for Takkal again. The same thing happened again. Then no point in wasting time sitting at home waiting for the ticket. Let's go and look for some current tickets. Universe worked very well for me again. Current ticket also, it was not available for me. Great. Then I went to the general compartment. Then I realized the train which goes to north doesn't have the concept of ladies coach. In Tamil Nadu, I think we have that.
In south we have all.
In south we have. So again, superb. Then I finally ended up finding one compartment on the corner which is slightly free. Then I thought I'll get into that. Then I saw the board disability coach. Okay, great. Then I went inside, but they didn't allow me. Then one TTR helped me, like, since you're a woman and going alone, I think it's fine, but you have to be very careful that you have to take care of your own safety. And again he stressed that you have to be very careful. I'm repeating, you have to be very careful. Then why he is mentioning more than twice, it's hit me. And I checked with some random people who were sitting there, like, why he's keep on repeating it, will there be any reasons for it? Then a guy from Andhra who is using that quota said that this specific compartment does not have a camera, and people who use this are obviously people who are disabled, and in the midnight when the stop comes, like 1 to 2 minutes, so this is a coach the robbery people will attack, because people who are here are can't seek help the way how the other compartments are connected. Then I have to find some place which is near to the alarm pulling one. Then that's how I traveled for the 2 days. Then reaching Gorakhpur again was like really amazing. It's a big station in India, and it is like a full of hub. Really enjoyed it. I stayed there for overnight in the waiting hall. One Malayali guy was there. He was helping me. We were sharing our travel stories. He also was going to Nepal at the time, but he was going to a place called Pokhara. So then I got into have to cross the border next morning. Then I crossed the border, like paying around 150 rupees. The bus just stand opposite to the Gorakhpur station itself. Then from there, taking a bus to Kathmandu, shared Shumo, then from there to Salleri. I have not taken any flights throughout my journey. Like as I said, it's a budget one. The concept is like that people who wanted to do it in a very less budget also should be able to do it. It's all about the physical fitness and the mental fitness. Nothing else should be a barrier. So that is why I made sure that I should make it like the transport free, that it should be accessible to everyone. Then once I got in, then I reached a place called Salleri. So this is a traditional route before the Lukla. So people who fly go to Lukla, then they go from Lukla to a place called Pakding, then Namche. So this is Salleri is like 3 days trek even before Lukla itself. People who go with low budget, or people who really want to experience the local culture and ethnicity, I really prefer to go via Salleri, because this is the trail that partially used by right from the 90s when the expedition started. So all this trial and error towards Mount Everest happened in this trail. So this is one trail that really amazing, and you can see all local peoples with great hospitality, very less business minded people. And another good part is from Lukla, everything go with the commercialized and marketing thing. But these trail, if you use, it's directly support the localites. So all the income, all the money that you're going to spend, it's going to help the family to lead their life in a very better way. So that is really convincing for me to again to choose this part. There is lot of unexpected things happen, like while packing. I had a very bad experience last year when I did backpack to for some 14 days to North India. I took everything. Maybe I need this, maybe I need this product, maybe I need that product. I took everything. After one point I got so frustrated I couldn't carry. Then from Manali I have to pack everything, parcel again and send it back to home. So this time I thought that I'm going to be very smart, and I reduced things in such a way that even the basic things I missed out, like a raincoat. I thought it's summer, never going to rain, and if it's rain also it's going to be a drizzling, so I can handle it, like that I thought. But nature is very unpredictable, and it's the first day itself started raining and I have apparently no raincoat. Then that's how the day ended. Then I thought, okay, if this is how every day it's going to be till reach Namche, I'm not able to get any raincoats. I have to pack up again and go back. This is the first day after 20 kilometers trek. This was my mindset. I'm not going to make the summit to EBC. Day one itself such hard. And I felt like really crying out. Oh, what is this? I'm not prepared for it. Then the next day morning, but still I went with, okay, let's give 6 hours gap is there, like 8 hours gap is there. Morning, let's wake up and see. Then morning I got up. It's fine because it was raining, but the miracle was like, I met a Spanish guy in between, like 2 couples. They saw me while getting into the tea house, full wet. My bag got wet and I'm drying all the clothes. And they were like, they just observed all those things. Then the next day morning, I'm ordering my coffee. A guy just came towards me with a raincoat. Okay, this is nice. Like, then I said thank you, that like you made my day. Like then I just stepped out. I collected the raincoat. I just stepped out. It started drizzling again. So that's how the next day started. Then luckily all those were descent. Then again my mindset got changed. Like that's when I realized that mountain test it's in its own way, but at the same time it is so rewarding. The next day was so down, and I have to not put any much effort till afternoon. Then the second day was from Numtala to a place called somewhere above the place called Tamtada. So it was little steep. I was finding it difficult. Again it started raining, but somehow I managed it. Then again a place called Surke. This is again one interesting thing for me, but this is where I started experiencing all this helicopter sound, all those things. Then my mind started telling that, okay, there are many people maybe facing altitude sickness. That's why the helicopter is coming very often to land them down. Then later I got a different perception about it. Then I reached till Surke. So till Surke, everything place called Surke, everything was fine. Then from there, Tok Tok is the first place I got that pass to enter for Everest base camp. Then Monjo is the another place I have to got the permit again. All were fine till Monjo. Again, like this is the next step towards Namche Bazaar. Like people who go to or planning to go EBC definitely know about what is Namche Bazaar. This is the first place where that's really test your physique, how physically you are capable to climb further or not, altitude sickness, everything. This is where you face it. I was like, today I will reach Namche, yo, like that. Then I met few people from Mumbai. They said that you came all the way alone. Why don't you tag along with us, like that? Then I am also, yes, I will tag along. Like that I started. Then I forgot the fact I didn't eat lunch that day. I was like full, okay, they called me, I invited me, I'll go with them. Like I was like, didn't give my mind some second thought. I just went along with them. Then that day, it is already high altitude and I skipped my lunch. It's all started together and developed an altitude sickness. And with that, it didn't stop. Like while walking on the trail, again itself, it started raining. So I thought it's just rain. While walking on the rain itself, after few points in few altitude, I'm seeing something moving around my hands, white. Like, what is this white? It's snow. Damn, I didn't prepare for it. It's summer, you're supposed to not snow. I'm like that. Then it started, then I really got freaked out. Does it some snow? Does it do something to my health? All those things, it started. Then when I was convincing myself, probably it is a headache, probably it is just you skipped your lunch, it may be a migraine that you have already, so it's fine. Like I was trying to console myself. Then reached Namche, I booked the lodge and I stayed there. I started puking. Then my friend suggested that I have a neurologist friend who suggested that it may be like altitude sickness. Don't think that it can be migraine. Why don't you risk? Take Diamox. But I was not really convinced with the fact that I took Diamox. I taken with me, but I was not really convinced. Is it really altitude sickness? Do I have to really take it? I really doesn't want to convince. It took so much time for me to convince myself that I got altitude sickness. Then I finally took it. Again, unpredictable. Like it's one of the side effects of Diamox was headache. So already I'm having headache, and my headache got increased. Okay, I took it to reduce the pain, and it is. Then again I have to increase my acclimatization 2 days, and I drank lot of waters. Actually fine, it was. So it was not to the level that I was panicking. It is something that one can handle it actually. So that's how till Namche went. Then the next day onwards, it is really very smooth and nice, because till Namche only you will find all the steep sections. After that it is something very easy. Then little bit of difficulty, then easy, like that. It comes with lot of easy trails. So I reached there. Then I was really very happy to meet many different people from different country, like because people come from Lukla also joined from there. So then the crowd is much more than before. Salleri is like a very less used trail. From Lukla it was very much. So everybody was like, I happened to see many people who already did base camp and coming down. So I was checking with them, how is it? What was the weather there? Is it fine? All those. You don't imagine like the kind of motivation I had is I had seen 13-month-old child on trial. Then 4-year-old twin sisters on trial. They already done with their base camp and returning. Then a guy, 8-year-old guy from German, not with parents, only with the trek guide and port. He was traveling. I was asking, are you really going to UBC? Yes, I'm going. Where is your parents? I'm all alone, like. Yes, great. You are my motivation. Then I have seen 2 couples who must be like 60 plus or 50 plus from they are from Japan. So again, they try to convey me that they saw me going all alone. Then they said that if you really want to finish EBC, don't compare yourself with anyone, that people will be passing you and they will be going very fast. It's fine. You make it slow. If you really want to finish till you want to go to EBC, you make it slow. Then she used some word in Japanese language. So everyone who said that was despite of how physically fit you are, how mentally fit you are, like don't over challenge yourself with mountain. you challenge yourself, like nobody is going to like conquer the mountain. That it's help us to know us better. That's what I really understood. Then
it's okay. Come.
yeah, make. Okay, இப்போ நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க. Okay, so that's how it's started. Then it's a beautiful view, like from there is a place called Namche to Deboche. You cross through one monastery. So that trek trail I really enjoyed a lot because it was not snowfall, but because of this previous day snowfall, the place itself was so beautiful. Like I can't describe it in word. It was so beautiful, like that every time I feel like that, why did I come? Like then the next trial will be like, it's worth it. That will take me to the next day. So that's how it's really went. And all the way, the other thought process was on my mind was, so all the food supplies comes through Meuse and Yak. In higher altitude Yak, in lower altitude it is full of Meuse. So that is again a big reflection for my life. Even people who wants to purchase anything for their own home, they have to trek like one whole day, few hours, and get that's their bread and butter. For me, it's trek. It's going to be a new experience. So that is again like, okay, this is how the food comes. I should not waste. So all this conscious, even though I was previously also, this is like re-stressing on that very much. Like I should not do that. All those. Then after one point, I was telling to a guy, if Mute, Yak, everything has to struggle so much to bring food for me, then why should I trouble the animals? I should not do that. The government should supply everything through flight. I was telling like this, they should transport through that. Why they want to harm every like animals? Then the guy said, if this is how you think, then people like you and me cannot travel. Then I said, it's fine then, it's fine. People who have finance, only let them travel. Why these people are power, no, like that. He was like, okay, what and all I'm thinking like that. Then another challenging factor for me while trekking again from a place called Dingbuche to Tukla was, it is a beautiful trail, but the funny part is still now I didn't use any map, and I had enough signboards, and I had lot of people also in between. If I get confused, I can meet lot of people who can tell that this way you have to take. From Dingbuche, everything is like a path, and if you just miss, you don't know which village you go and end up. And I started little bit late because that day I had some gastric problems, and I ended up looking for some pharmacy. All the people went. I lost human interactions. Then the whole journey was like I just followed the river stream. Then I reached a place called Tukla. So till that time, in between I have not met more than 2 or 3 people in the entire trek, morning to afternoon. So again, that was a realization, like I may be a person who want to do solo travel. I may be a person who look for a solitude, all those things. But finally, I am a person look for human or longing for human interactions. This was again a very new self-awareness about me itself for me. I thought I'm not a person like that. I can like 20 days, 1 month, you put me on wild, I'll be alive, I'll be surviving, all those things. Then the moment I got internet, I'm asking every family members, come, video call, photo, like that. Then only I realized, okay, I'm also someone who really bond, emotional. I really wanted to connect with people. That is reassured there. Then from Tukla, again it is a very long, steep steep to reach a place called Lobujeng. Again, this was also really a very good experience. It was quite difficult for me to put my backpack and climb till there, though it is a little shorter only, but still it's difficult for me. And then after reaching there, I could see lot of memorials. By the time I reached there, it was like around 4 o'clock. Lots of memorials, and again it is like everything is a path. So if you little bit miss out, and you will get lost. So reached there, and I was little scared. Then I saw a porter guide. I just followed him. Then I asked him, where are you going? Then he said, EBC. Oh, from here today itself you finish going to UBC. Yeah, it's easy. Like, okay, for you easy man, easy. Fine. Then from there it was like again it's a higher altitude. But since I have, with my previous experience, I did all my hikes slow, then hydrated myself enough, then I took medicines also. From there I didn't face any altitude sickness per se. So it really went well. Then reached finally the Gorakshep, full of glacier. That was like a really amazing one. Like one side your back will be heavy, then you'll be feeling pain, and you look at the panorama view like it's worth it, go, it's worth it. Like that was the experience. Like the funny part is, like, since it's high altitude, you really want to capture everything, but you can't really take off your phone and click every time. So that motor activity and a little bit comparatively less. So all those was there, but I really enjoyed it. Then once I reached Gorakshep, the same day everybody went to Kalapathar, or they chosen to go to EBC, but I felt really very tired, so I couldn't do it. Then finally March 28th morning I went to EBC. So again, meanwhile somewhere in the middle of the trek, I met a group from Ukraine. So the trek lead was already did Everest summit in 2021. His name is Amit. Then I met them on some trail, and again I happened to meet them on in a place called Gorakshep. Then all they were, you back, you are fine, like that, you made it, all those. Then they are bringing all this oxygen. So I am like everyone's child there. Since I went alone, everyone who was seeing me, are you okay? Are you great? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you have oximeter? Then they only bring up. Every day, at least minimum 2 people come and check my pulse. They check. Then, you're keeping well. You're great, go, like that. So that's what happened. Same thing happened with the US people who came, like 15 people together. Then this was one nice experience with the Ukraine people. We all were in the same lodge, and all of us, we were interacting. All of a sudden, 2 to 3 people together arguing on some topic. They are talking on their own language. Okay, they are making some discussion about tomorrow's plan, maybe like that. I am all alone, kept quiet. Okay, let them come back, so then we can have a conversation like that. Then all of a sudden, the person called Amit came back, and you can join with us. Like, what is it all about? Like, then only I realized that I was telling to the people that they were asking me, how did you make this? Like, I was coming all alone. This is my first international trip. Then they were the group people were fighting each other, that they wanted me to come with them on the tomorrow's trek along with them, because it's early morning. They don't want to leave me alone, it seems. Okay, then only I realized, okay, all the arguments were about me. Like, okay, fine. Okay, you could tell me, no. Then finally he came, and morning also they came, and they again did all this. Are you fine? Everything. Then they were very humble enough to take me along with the troop the next morning. I really felt very happy in that way, like that this is something I didn't ask for it and didn't expect also. and there was a fight to happen. That is something I really felt very nice about it. Okay, great. Then after I reached summit, they were the people taking all the photos, and one 60 plus ma'am also was in the part of the Ukraine team. She came and hugged me and kissed me and all. Like, okay, nice. But from there is no range to connect to anyone, so I couldn't contact anyone. But I thought I'll be very excited after seeing everything, but I was really excited, but in a very much politer way. Again, that was a new me for me. This is not me. The old me would have screamed, would have made some noise, all those things. But how much you made me to do like that. And I could see a lot of peaks from there also. And Amit was explaining all the peaks. Since he did summit already, he was even more excited to tell all the peaks and the history behind it, all those things. Then while coming back, I came alone, so they wanted to hurry up, so I took my own pace and I came. So that's how the whole journey was. People were really very kind. People were asking from India, like, is it safe? To be honest, Nepal is one place. I never been to many countries before, but Nepal is one place. It's not like gender. Any human, you can just go and you can just feel safe. Nobody have to assure you. You genuinely feel yourself that you are safe. And if you go with a group also and you go alone also, people unnecessarily don't talk. Or if you need any help, they just observe, they themselves come and help you out. It's not only because I went alone, I'm a woman, something like that. If something happened to random man, they would have done the same thing. So I found a lot of humanity exists there in that spots, because the story what I heard before going was people who, if you fall sick and all, nobody is going to look after you. This is a place like that. Maybe it's happens in the death zone level, but in EBC level, people are very kind. I don't have any negative experiences per se personally that has really wounded my heart. I felt regretted something like that, except the challenging part. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's like the 30th day was my like the big day. I went to EBC, then I took 5 days to descent, then from there again Saleri to reverse journey, same pattern. Then I reached, same day I came to Decathlon. So that is, I experienced all the weather. Don't people who really go for planning, assuming that it's summer, don't just expect summer. Prepare for all 6 seasons. It's windy, cloudy, everything. And one more thing I forgot to tell. From Namche there is a small hike. That is one. There are 2 places. One is helipad, Mount Everest Lodge. Then the another one is Sakarmata's National Park. So from there also you can see Everest view. So my heart was convinced after seeing the Everest from Namche. I'm already having altitude sickness and I see mountain, I'll come back. So I said my family. Then they're like, okay, what are you trying to say? Like, no, I seen Everest. I saw the peak. I'm already having altitude sickness, let me go back. And my brother said, now you are better, try to go a little forward, don't do things like this, you miss the raw experiences. So mind brings up all these false satisfactions, everything, so that you can come back down. Then the higher you go, the better view you get. So that is one. And another place is Lobuje, a place called Lobuje. There is lots of research happening there also. So towards Gorakship, if you take little bit right, or from the trail itself, you can see lots of research and pyramid type of shapes. Things are happening. If you happen to go there, you can just have a look there. Like, it's again a nice place. And one more thing is from after Namche there is one more place called Pangbuje. From Pangbuje again there is one more base camp. It's, I don't know many know about it or not. People who go for base camp, Everest base camp also do this. This is another peak called Abadablam. So that base camp also you can try. That is from Pangbuje, it's just 3.5 to 4 hours. One day if you send, you can at a time two base camps you can finish and come back. So these are my experience. I really feel that this is one of the richest experience since my 2017 that I had, and I must say the statement, like I was able to survive without knowing Hindi in India but not in Nepal. Everybody speaks, especially in eastern region, EBC. Hindi nahi malum hai. Okay, the more than the insult kind of what I faced here, it was so much there. Like, they speak so, and they were asking about, they asked me, where are you from? I said Tamil Nadu. Oh, triple R, Natu, like, okay, no connection, bro. We are neighbors, yes, we are neighbors, like, yes. So that they watch, I think they listen to a lot of, they watch Hindi movies, and that was the time I think it's got Oscar also. And another funny experience I had was like, I am someone going from this culture, like this lifestyle, after habituated to be there for like 10 days, and that 10 day I never seen a TV. Then all of a sudden one day I went to one lunch spot and I have seen some super singer in Nepali language. It's happening. I'm like staring at that, like I'm just seeing for the first time. Like I couldn't connect it really. In the mountain with the TV and commercial programs, I couldn't connect very much. So again, like it's a new me. So the whole journey was like, one is to honor my patient, as I said. Then the something that I haven't noticed about me was like, what are the things that I really, as a person, like as I said, the new me, when I thought that I knew everything about me, then I went to a new place for a longer period. I'm seeing a new person inside me in every trial, in every place. So that was the biggest learning for me. Like we keep evolving, we become better human, and again we do some flaws, again you become again a better human. So that is really I was very glad about the trip in that particular things. Yeah, and I must say that I was someone who was in 10 years before diagnosed with some neurological problem, Fales palsy, all those things. So I'm very allergic to cold, artificial cold also, natural cold also. So the thing is, like, I'm not telling this to scare you. Despite of all having all these complications, with proper physical fitness and mental fitness, if you have and plan it properly, it's achievable. EBC is really achievable and doable one. So that's what. And people like sometimes go fast and they end up in unnecessary altitude sickness. The way how I skipped my lunch and I brought myself a very big thing. 2 minutes, if I made a proper decisions, I would have avoided that. So that's what I wanted to share, that anybody can dream of EBC, like small to elderly people, anybody can. It's all about like, and another biggest lesson that I learned is never try to compete with nature. And another thing is like, you can't be impulsive. You never, if you have any idea of, I am someone with impulsive traits. If I wanted to go someplace in Tamil Nadu, tonight if I think, tonight only I'll leave. And tomorrow morning I'll be in a different spot. So this is not going to happen in Himalayas. So you have to plan it. And if your plan is abandoned or cancelled by nature, you will be very restless, you will be upset, everything, but you can't compete again. So you have to be really humble. That's the only way of surrendering and touch the EBC and come back safely in competing. So that's I learned that quality, that never to be impulsive, especially in any kind of high altitude treks. So that's all about my trek. And another surprising thing is, with this I close. Throughout its 18 days trek, I have not met a single Tamilian, single Keralite I met, Tamilian, who was traveling from Tamil Nadu for EBC. That was so surprising for me. Like, I was like, how come? Maybe it's next season. But at least one person I could have seen, no, like. Then while coming back to Nepal, in Kathmandu only, I have seen one person. Yeah, so and the Tamil pesama போயிட்டு வரது அதெல்லாம் was, yeah. So that's all about it. So whoever planning to make a trip to EBC trek, I'm really wishing you all the very best. Do well. It's worth it. Again, I say that every step is worth it. Difficult or easy, everything is worth it. Yeah. Thank you. I'm like super fast, I guess. No?
Okay, so we'll start from you. So don't take more than 10 seconds.
Okay.
அப்படியே பட்டு சொல்லிடுறேன்.
Myself Vignesh.
Hey.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I do travel yearly once or twice. Mostly
அவங்க மைக் மட்டும் அவங்கள்ட்ட கொடுங்க.
Okay. Yeah.
ஸோ அதான் மோஸ்ட்லி இயர்லி ஒன்ஸ் ஆர் ட்வைஸ் சோலோ ட்ரிப்ஸ் பண்ணுவேன். நான் உங்கள் இது வந்து ஈவெண்ட் இந்த ஸ்டோர் வந்து தான் பார்த்தேன். ஸோ ஐ வாஸ் பிளானிங் டு டூ திஸ். ஸோ இது ஒரு நல்ல ஹெட்ஸ்அப்பாக இருக்கும்னு சொல்லிட்டு வந்தேன். தேங்க்ஸ்.
ஹாய், என் பேர் வள்ளி, ஃப்ரம் சென்னை ஒன்லி. ட்ரெக்கிங் என்தூசியாஸ்ட்னு ஒரு எல்லாம் சொல்லிக்கிட்டதுனால இன்ஸ்டாகிராமில் ஷேர் பண்ணாங்க இந்த ஸ்டோரியை. அதனால கண்டிப்பாக சரி வந்து கேட்டால் அது இன்ஸ்பயர் ஆகி EBC பண்ணலாங்கிறதுனால வந்திருக்கேன்.
Hi guys, I'm Vaibhav and I'm from Delhi, and I used to work here in Decathlon in this mountain sports section itself, and I like to travel a lot, and I travel a lot frequently. So over to you.
என் பேர் பிரதீப், சென்னையில் தான் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறேன். ப்ரோவோட இன்ஸ்டாகிராம் ஃபாலோவர், அதனால் அப்படி இங்கே வந்து
என் பேர் சண்முகம் ஐயப்பன். இன்ஸ்டாவில் ஐயப்பன் அண்ட் சண்முகம் வச்சுருப்பேன். ஐம் a traveler, photographer, landscape photographer and trying to learn wildlife. இப்போ ரைடிங், அப்படி பலதரப்பட்ட விஷயங்கள். பட் எதுலேயுமே ஸ்ட்ராங் கிடையாது, பட் எல்லாமே ட்ரை பண்ணுவோம் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி. யா, go. Tell your name just.
My name is Ananya.
She likes travel. Do you like travel? Where do you travel before?
America.
Yeah, she traveled America with me. So yeah, USA. Yeah, with me. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
ஹாய், என் நேம் மணிகண்டன். ஒரு 2 இயர்ஸாக ரைடிங், பைக் ரைடில் இருந்தேன், ஆஃப் ரோட் ரைட்ஸ் மாதிரி. இப்போது கொஞ்சம் ட்ரெக்கிங் அதெல்லாம் ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கேன். அவ்வளோதான், பெருசாக.
ஓகே. ஸோ ஹாய், என் பேர் சிவபிரகாஷ். ஸோ நான் மதுரையிலேருந்து வரேன். நானும் ஒரு ட்ராவலர் தான். லைக் இந்தியா ஃபுல்லாக வந்து அரௌண்ட் 200 days வந்து பட்ஜெட் ட்ராவலிங் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறம் இப்போ வந்து என்கிட்ட யார் ட்ராவலிங் பற்றி ஹெல்ப்ஸ் கேட்குறவங்களோ அவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச டிப்ஸ் அண்ட் ட்ரிக்ஸ் எல்லாம் சொல்லி அவங்களையும் ட்ராவல் பண்ண வைக்கிறதுக்காண்டி என்னென்ன பண்ண முடியுமோ அதெல்லாம் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன். ப்ளஸ் இப்போ புதுசாக வந்து 100 days 100 ட்ராவல் மூவிஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி என் ஸ்டோரிஸில் போட்டுட்ருக்கேன். ஸோ யாருக்கெல்லாம் படத்தை பார்த்து ட்ராவலிங் பற்றி இன்ஸ்பயர் ஆகணுமோ என்னை ஃபாலோ பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஸோ அவ்வளோதான்.
கீழே வச்சு ப்ளீஸ்.
என்னோடய நேம் சக்திவேல் பிரபாகரன். ஸோ நான் வந்து இங்கே அமேசானில் ஒர்க் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன். ஸோ பேசிக்காக எனக்கு வந்து ட்ராவலை பற்றி எதுவும் ஐடியா இல்லை. இங்கே வந்தால் வந்து நிறையா ட்ராவலை பற்றி கற்றுக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி தான் வந்திருக்கேன். ஸோ உங்களோட ஸ்டோரி வந்து அண்ணன் சொன்னார். ஸோ அப்படியே எல்லாரையும் கலந்து ஏற்கனவே வந்து சண்முகம் இவங்க எல்லாரையும் பார்த்துருக்கேன். ஸோ இன்றைக்கி ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான ஒரு ஸ்டோரி வந்து எனக்கு கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ வெயிட் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன். ஸோ எல்லோரும் வாங்க பார்க்கலாம்.
வந்தாங்க அப்படியே நீங்களே சொல்லிடுங்க உங்கள் ஸ்டோரி.
ஸோ என் பேர் வந்து ஆனந்த். நான் வந்து 100cc பைக்கில் வந்து கன்னியாகுமரி டு காஷ்மீர் வர ஒரு 9500 கிலோமீட்டர் ஒரு 28 டேஸில் வந்து அப் அண்ட் டவுன் போயிட்டு வந்திருக்கேன். இதுதான் என்னுடைய சிம்பிளான ஸ்டோரி.
அப்படி அவங்கள்ட்ட கொடுத்து இங்கே அப்படியே மாட்டிடுங்க. டிஸ்டர்ப் ஆகாமல் இருக்கும்.
Yeah. Okay.
இன்ட்ரோ மட்டும் கொடுத்துருங்க. யார் நீங்கள்?